Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. And I know many of you guys ain't been seeing me as much as many of you guys want to. I know you guys saw me purchase a new BMW and I guess a lot of you are expecting me to do a lot of videos on that, but that's just simply not the case. Obviously I am doing bits and bobs to the car, but obviously I have no intention to record any of it. You know, obviously I get there's a lot of people that do record, put money and record it, but I just don't need to. As many of you guys know, I've got the Porsche workshop. I've got my other business going as well, outside of YouTube, which is doing fantastically well. All of a sudden it started to boom. In this last month, the Porsche workshop has completely boomed. I've had so much interest. We've took so many bookings. We are booked 3 months up in advance, and to the point we're still taking bookings after we're fully booked. We're already doing 2 engine rebuilds as it stands right now on Porsches, and we just can't take on any more work. So therefore, you guys ain't really gonna be seeing much of me. And that's purely because, like I said, I don't need to do these videos for the content or for the money anymore. What's on the channel is on there. I don't plan to really post much anymore because I don't have to. So that's why I'm just enjoying my life. You know, sometimes I come into this shop. It's been a long time since I've even been in here. It's been over a week since I've been in here. When I've come in here now, cleaned it all up, cleared up everything. As you can see probably behind me, there's no bolt bins, no nothing. Everything's now fully clean. The 911 is completely done. That's ready to just sit here now and going to be used later on in the summer months. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because something has been bugging me for the last year. Now, I wasn't able to tell any of you guys about this situation for a whole year going. And that was because the people put me under a contract. So I couldn't say anything to any of you guys until the year had actually elapsed. So now is the time to actually tell you about this. And I believe more the reason I'm doing this video is purely because there's a lot of people who seem to believe that there's other people out there that, you know, are far greater than me, have better knowledge than me, and know more than me. But if that was the case, I'm sure these people would have contacted them, to which they didn't, because I knew who they actually did pick, because I got to meet everyone who was going to be part of this, and it definitely wasn't nobody else from YouTube. Now, many of you ain't going to know what I'm actually going on about. I'm going to put a picture up here. Obviously, I don't want to put my signature, my name and address of what I signed, but this is one of the pictures of what it was. Many of you guys are probably thinking, what the hell is that? This was, let's pull it, headquarters that actually contacted me. And this was BMW headquarters in Munich. Now, I'm not lying, because you'll see on the page here where it says they wanted me to work in Munich. They actually contacted me last year. Now, if you can see, this is a non-disclosure contract. I wasn't allowed to say anything to anyone, as you can see on the contract, for over a year. I wasn't allowed to even mention it. And that's one of the reasons why I've never told you guys anything. They actually contacted me. I went on video call with them. They wanted me to work with them, create a new stuff for the BMW, sold a new technology. So basically what they do is they get people like me to help them code new things in, program new things, set up all their systems. And you know, they want to hear from what other people are saying. For instance, you guys come to me and saying BMW should fit this, BMW should fit that. And if you've ever wondered, when you guys mention something that's saying that BMW should fit this, you know, to the car, and it's missing this feature, why didn't BMW do this? Then in the newer cars, they fit it. Have any of you guys ever realized why that is? That's because whoever you're talking to saying this should have been fitted a long time ago, or BMW should fit this in the newer cars, why haven't they fitted this yet? And then all of a sudden they go and fit it, is because they have someone like me who's listening to everything you guys are saying that you want fitted, which BMW haven't come up with, and then they fit it in their newer BMWs. Now that's what they were asking me to do. They wanted me to help them create their cars going forward for the next 10 years, the contract was for. Obviously, I was on a big Zoom call with all of them. That was the CEO of BMW, you know, the head of the workshop program in Munich. They wanted to fly me over there, wanted me to help them, you know, and there was 2 other guys that were gonna work alongside me. One of them was Russian and the other one was a German guy. None of them were from YouTube. There was nobody else selected from YouTube. I was very shocked when I actually got selected for that, and then I went on a Zoom call to find out I was the only one, and I wanted to know how they even got hold of me. Apparently I was recommended by quite a few people. So they actually contacted me and asked me to work with them. Obviously, when I was on the Zoom call, we were on the Zoom call for over an hour. They were discussing what we were gonna do, what they wanted us to do, like regarding the new BMWs, what kind of stuff they wanted us to come up with, which they could integrate into the new BMWs, how they could code that in, how they could program that, if we could help them in the factory be able to install all this. They were gonna pay for our flights, accommodation every time we needed to go over there to help BMW basically create and make this possible into the cars, because as many of you guys know, there's a lot of stuff you guys request that you would love to see in a car, and we're the people that actually make that happen. Obviously, I listen to all you guys when you're saying you would like this, you would like that, and BMW haven't got that, and then, you know, I tell them, look, I know people are wanting this in the car, BMW will make it happen. BMW do not just create stuff on their own, and that's one thing I learned in that workshop program when I was speaking to them all. BMW doesn't just come up with these things on their own. They don't just think, oh yeah, let's think of this and come up with that. No, they use people like me, who's listening to the people outside, are finding out what they want installed in them cars. And where we're all under a non-disclosure contract, we can't say anything to anybody. Now this was actually last year they contacted me. Like I said, proof is in the pudding, I don't need to lie. Probably can see the email as well, just above there where they contacted me. Fact is, they asked me if I wanted to work with them. They walked through how much I'd be paid. So after I actually come off the Zoom call, I actually had a good think about it, and I called the woman back again. Now there was obviously one thing bugging me as to why they actually selected me when there was no other YouTubers. This was just me and two other guys that I'd never seen before. And I wanted to know why they got me. They told me it was people that actually recommended me, but they didn't actually tell me the truth. Then obviously I asked the lady what was their recommendation. She said she couldn't tell me for data protection, but what she did say was that people thought I was losing faith in the brand. And they wanted me to work alongside them because they'd seen all my videos, seen what I'm capable of, and seen what I could do. And like they said, I would be a great asset to their team. They also said that obviously the people that actually recommended me were saying that they were worried I was going to be leaving BMW for good, and that they wanted me to try and have some kind of input into the brand to hope it was going to bring me back to the brand and make me passionate about BMW again. So obviously when I heard that, I thought, you know what, I felt like, you know, it was kind of set up to try and make me leave Porsche. And that's one of the reasons why, when I actually come off the call and actually thinking about it, I actually told the lady to actually shove the job up her ass, because the fact being was, I wasn't gonna go back to BMW. And the fact is, I'm very grateful they picked me. At the end of the day, this wasn't like, you know, there was a load of YouTubers that were picked for this. I was selected to go and help BMW Munich. And you guys, I don't have to lie, like I said, you guys see it on the contract. That was part of the contract, that I was gonna be working with BMW Munich. I refused to take that role. And the pay wasn't crap, but it just wasn't for me. Obviously, I'm now started, I'm booming. If this was the start of YouTube, if this was when I started, I might have took it. But things have changed for me a lot now to the point I didn't need that role. Now, if it had been Porsche contacting me, asking me to work with them in Stuttgart, that would have been a different story. But I just think BMW for me is the, you know, the passion is long gone. As many of you guys see, I bought a new car, I can't even bother to do videos of it. But obviously with the Porsches, if something arises, I don't mind doing it. I've just come out of that phase now of shooting so many videos regarding BMW. But like I said, guys, I'm not here to, you know, beat around the bush about it. That's the truth of the matter. Like I said, I had to keep my mouth closed for over a year because I was under a non-disclosure contract. I don't have to lie, and you guys have seen that. But the fact is, I didn't want to work with them. And obviously after I found out that people had recommended me thinking I was losing passion for the brand and only wanted me to try and help revive me and help me think I was going to buy more BMs, was absolutely ludicrous, because that wasn't going to revive my passion for the brand. At the end of the day, I still have a passion for the brand, yes. That's why I've got two E60s, but I've also got two Porsches as well. Fact is, obviously I don't see it the same way as I did. And that's one thing many of you guys have to understand. A lot has changed, the world has changed, people have changed. And obviously I've changed. I'm in a better place than what I was when I started YouTube. And obviously I'm thankful to all of you guys that actually made that happen. Without YouTube, I don't think I would have got my 2 businesses set up. I wouldn't have this workshop. I wouldn't have my office, my new office that I'm just building as well. Out there, you know, you guys are gonna be seeing when I'm start recording. I'm gonna have my whole office section. You guys are gonna be seeing that very soon. Once I built it, I've only just started building it. But that one is all double glazed and insulated inside and very nice, you know, wooden base floor. It's a full office. You know, it's 16 by 10 foot, so it's big enough for me for an office section. I've just built an office section for that as well. And like I said to you guys, I'm very, very grateful for everything I managed to achieve. My new house, you know, the land I've got, 650 foot, you know, to the point I could be down here, have all my bass boxes on with the music going, and nobody can even hear because I'm out in the middle of the fields, you know, with nothing around me. And it's just like no houses, no neighbors, no nothing. And you know, I just got all my bass boxes on, my music pumping, lifts going, air compressor going, and nobody cares. And all of that is thanks to many of you guys who watched and made all of this actually happen. But like I said, guys, you know, I am, you know, still passionate about BMW because BMW made me, but I'm not that passionate that I want to work alongside BMW. And also, I didn't want to be dictated to about what I can and can't do. Obviously, like I said, they were offering very, very good money. And obviously it was all paid for by them, but I don't need it. And I hope they gave the opportunity to someone who does actually need that, because I really do not need that. So that's really all this video was about, guys. I needed to get that off my chest because it's been bugging me for over a year that I haven't been able to tell any of you guys. It's been hard enough for me to keep my mouth closed about that, but I had to, because as they said, if I disclose it to anyone, they can take me to court and they can sue me. But now the year's fully over, so there's nothing they can do. So thank you very much for watching, guys. BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.